Picture this. You're at the gate. Your carry-on, the one you've used for years, gets measured. The agent's face drops. In seconds, your bag is being gate checked and you're scrambling. Your trip starts with stress, not takeoff. That's the reality thousands will face in 2026. As TSA enforcement tightens and airlines measure every inch, new rules are already changing how you pack. Miss even one, and you'll lose your bag, your time, or hundreds in surprise fees. So before your next flight, listen carefully. These 7 carry-on rules will decide whether you breeze through security or get stopped cold at the gate. Welcome aboard Fast Track Flyer, where we reveal what airlines intentionally hide. U.S. Airlines collected $7.27 billion in baggage fees in 2024. American Airlines alone brought in $1.5 billion. United $1.34 billion, Delta $1.106 billion. Today we're exposing 7 carry-on rules most travelers don't know about and exactly how airlines profit from your confusion. These aren't opinions. These are documented policies airlines don't advertise. Let's break it down. Rule number 1, carry-on size limits. Measurement includes everything. Here's what most airlines enforce. Most major U.S. airlines allow carry-on bags up to 22 by 14 by 9 inches. That's 56 by 36 by 23 centimeters. But here's the critical detail. Airlines don't advertise. Everything counts. The handles, the wheels, the side pockets if they stick out. If it protrudes, it's measured. The Fast Track Flyer reality. Over 60% of carry-on bags currently on the market are slightly oversized. That bag you've trusted for years, it might not pass the 2026 test. Measure your carry-on right now at home. Include the wheels, include the handles, include anything that sticks out. If you're even a half inch over, you'll face gate check fees, $35 to $100 depending on the airline. Here's the pro strategy. Buy a simple tape measure. Measure your carry-on at home. If it's over, replace it before travel, not at the airport. Compliance matters more than loyalty to an old bag. Rule number 2, carry-on weight limits now strictly enforced. Second critical change, most airlines are now enforcing carry-on weight limits between 8 and 10 kilograms. That's roughly 17 to 22 pounds. Here's what's new. Airlines aren't trusting your honesty anymore. Automated scales at self-check-in kiosks now weigh your carry-on as you check in. If it exceeds the limit, the system flags you instantly before you get your boarding pass. Some carriers are going further. Wait-in stations at the gate. You've cleared security, grabbed a coffee, you're waiting to board, then your name is called and you're asked to put your bag on the scale in front of everyone. If it's overweight, you'll repack on the spot, pay a surprise fee, or hand it over to be gate checked. Airlines are turning weight into profit. Every pound means less efficiency and another excuse to charge you. Buy a small luggage scale. They cost $10. Weigh your bag at home before you leave. If it's close to the limit, wear your heaviest items on the plane. Shoes, jackets, jeans, shift weight off the scale. Frequent flyers swear by one simple rule. If you won't use it 3 times, don't pack it. Efficient packing isn't about bringing everything you might need. It's about traveling light and smart. Rule number 3, personal item size must fit under seat. Next up, and this is catching travelers off guard. Your personal item, your second bag, must now fit completely under the seat in front of you. No half squeezing, no corners sticking out. The official new standard 18 by 14 by 8 inches or 45 by 35 by 20 centimeters. That's the size that fits in actual airplane under-seat space, and airlines are enforcing it. Here's where it gets tricky. Under-seat space isn't the same on every plane. Regional jets have tiny under-seat space. Wide-body international flights have more room, but the new rule doesn't care what aircraft you're on. If your bag doesn't fit, you'll have to check it. Period. The Fast Track Flyer detail. Too many travelers were bringing what were basically 2 carry-ons and calling one a personal item. Gate agents watched purses plus shopping bags, backpacks plus laptop cases, 2 full bags masquerading as one. The smart move? Go soft-sided. Rigid bags are a gamble. Flexible ones compress to fit almost anywhere. Look for bags with smart compartments that organize essentials without bulging. Here's an insider strategy few travelers think about. Keep your irreplaceable items in your personal item, not your carry-on. Medication, travel documents, expensive gadgets, passport, laptop. Why? Because if overhead bins fill and you're forced to gate check your carry-on, your personal item stays with you always. Rule number 4, real ID requirement with $45 fee. Here's a rule that affects security more than packing, but it matters deeply for your trip. Starting February 1st, 2026, TSA will charge travelers without Real ID a $45 fee. Real ID is simple. It's a state driver's license or ID with a gold star in the corner. That star means it meets federal security standards. If your ID doesn't have that star, you have 2 options at the airport. Get Real ID or pay $45 to use something called TSA Confirm.ID. TSA Confirm.ID is valid for 10 days and establishes your identity through a verification process. But it costs money and causes delays. Every minute counts at the airport. The fast track flyer reality? Visit your state's DMV before 2026. Apply for Real ID. It costs between $15 and $30 depending on your state. Bring proof of identity, proof of address, and sometimes proof of social security. Done. No Real ID by February? Plan for longer security lines and a $45 bill at the airport. Multiply that by your family size and it adds up fast. Rule number 5. Smart luggage battery removal. 0 exceptions. If you own a smart suitcase with built-in chargers or tracking systems, pay attention. One critical rule is being enforced absolutely. The battery must be removable. This rule has been in place since 2018 under FAA guidelines, but enforcement is becoming zero tolerance. Any suitcase with a non-removable battery cannot board any U.S. airline. Not carry-on, not checked, period. This ban exists because lithium-ion batteries in cargo holds have caused fires, smoke, and cabin evacuations. Here's where travelers get caught. You show up at the airport with your expensive smart suitcase. TSA or a gate agent asks you to remove the battery. You can't. The battery is welded inside. They won't make exceptions. Your bag doesn't fly. You either leave the suitcase at the airport or check it empty. Both scenarios are expensive mistakes learned the hard way. The test is simple. Right now before your trip, try removing the battery by hand. If you need a screwdriver or tools, the bag is not allowed. It's that absolute. New smart luggage being manufactured now includes compliant batteries. Look for labels like TSA Approved Removable Power System or Airline Safe Battery Design. Best models allow battery removal with a single press. Rule number 6, lithium batteries. Watt-hour limits. Your electronics and power banks. New scrutiny. If a phone, tablet, or laptop cannot power on when a TSA officer asks, it's treated as suspicious and it doesn't go through. No battery, no boarding for that device. Power banks are even more dangerous territory. The number that matters is watt-hours, abbreviated watt-hour. This number is on the label. Under 100 watt-hour, you're safe. Between 100 and 160 watt-hour, you need airline approval before flying. Over 160 watt-hour, that battery is completely banned. Here's the calculation most people never do. Take the voltage on the label, multiply it by the amp hours. That's your watt-hour rating. A 20,000 milliamp hour battery at 3.7 volts is approximately 74 watt-hour, safe. But push higher without knowing, and suddenly your power bank is confiscated while everyone watches. The fast track flyer warning. On top of size limits, airlines are capping how many battery-powered devices you bring aboard. 15 to 20 sounds generous until you count phone, laptop, tablet, earbuds, smartwatch, camera, e-reader, power bank, electric toothbrush. The tech-heavy traveler is exactly who gets flagged. Smart travelers adapt. They charge everything the night before. They keep the power bank and cables near the top of the bag, ready to show. They take a photo of each device's battery specs. If questioned, they have proof in seconds instead of arguing at the belt. In 2026, power power is proof, and if you cannot turn it on, you should never have brought it. Rule number 7, overhead bin space. Early boarding wins. And now for the final battle, the overhead bin war. Because in 2026, that cramped space above your seat has become the most fought over real estate in the sky. Airlines are squeezing in more seats, cutting turnaround times, and packing flights to absolute capacity. The result? Fewer open bins, more angry passengers, a growing list of priority boarding upsells that quietly force economy travelers to pay just to secure overhead space. Basic economy tickets are now last to board, which often means your bag won't fit in the cabin. Picture this: you arrive early, you pass security, you think you're safe, but when boarding begins, you watch the bins fill row by row. By the time your group is called, there's no space. A flight attendant tags your bag for gate check. Your carefully packed carry-on disappears down the jet bridge, maybe arriving dented, maybe arriving late. The fast-track flyer strategy. Board as soon as your group is called. Don't linger at the coffee stand. Every minute counts. Second, travel with an underseat bag that holds your essentials: passport, laptop, medications, valuables. If your main bag is forced to the hold, you still have what matters most. Here's a subtle trick airlines don't tell you. If you're flying with someone, coordinate your packing. Instead of both bringing full carry-ons, share one and each bring a personal item. It reduces your overhead footprint and doubles your chance of keeping the important bag on board. By 2026, overhead space isn't just convenience, it's privilege. The prepared traveler wins it quietly while everyone else argues in the aisle. Let's recap 7 carry-on rules transforming air travel in 2026. First, carry-on size limits now include every measurement: wheels, handles, everything. Exceed it and you'll pay. Second, weight enforcement is absolute. Scales at check-in and gates. Third, personal items must fit completely under the seat, no exceptions. Fourth, real ID is required or you'll pay $45. Fifth, smart luggage batteries must be removable by hand. Non-removable batteries aren't allowed. Sixth, lithium batteries have strict watt-hour limits. Seventh, overhead bin space is first come, first served. Board early or your bag won't fit. These rules aren't small updates, they're a total reset of how we travel. Size, weight, batteries, ID, every detail now matters. Ignore them and you'll lose your bag, your time, or money before you even board. The Fast Track Flyer Truth. Measure your luggage now, not at the gate. Weigh it before you leave. Check your real ID. Test your smart luggage battery. Keep your electronics charged and always verify your airline's exact policy before every trip. A few minutes of preparation can save you hours of frustration and hundreds in fees. If these rules surprised you, hit subscribe and notifications. We're exposing what airlines hide so you never pay unnecessary fees or get stopped at the gate. Need more information? TSA's complete carry-on rules at tesa.gov/travel. Individual airline baggage policies on carrier websites under baggage information. Bureau of Transportation Statistics tracks all airline fees at bts.gov. Don't forget the complete carry-on rules checklist. Every rule, every solution, every money-saving tip. Link in the description and pinned comment. Which of these 7 rules shocked you the most? Tell us in the comments below. We read everything, and your experiences help other travelers avoid expensive errors. Until next time, this is Fast Track Flyer. Know the rules, avoid the fees, travel smarter.